Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how are you today? Well, grab your coffee. A lot of chocolate. You just never know with me what's going to come out of my mouth, what's going on in the world today. Oh boy, already, you know it's Monday. Okay, sorry for the late upload, but I couldn't get into my email. I got locked out. Yeah, so I couldn't answer any emails. I couldn't see what was going on with any of you guys. It took me hours just to get in and verify that it was me. Yeah, so apparently someone thought they were funny and tried to hack me. Yeah, so I'm like, I had to recover my account. So whoever thought they were funny, nay, you're not. So I'm like, already. So there's quite a few things that I want to talk about. Okay, you guys know to automatically go to the description box, okay, to see all of the awesome links that will show you what's going on in the world today, okay? There's links about eggs, okay? No kidding. There's links about gas stoves. We've talked about the gas stoves, about propane stoves and stuff like that, okay? But you got to see this. This is funny as all heck when I tell you. I laughed my butt off when I saw this. It's called Buy American. And don't buy anything from China. Buy American. When the dollar store imitation Peeps, the candy Peeps, have had a rough trip over from China. And then these pictures were sent in, and in the subject line, she said, my subscriber, she said, they're getting sneaky. Yeah, you think? She said, I just wanted to show you what I found when I went to the store with this meat. Anyway, the outside of the ground meat looks good and fresh, but look at what was hiding inside. This is in South Mississippi. What did they do? Take old meat and then wrap fresh meat around it? Look. Okay, so the other day, a subscriber had gone to Walmart to buy the small propane tanks, okay, for like camping stoves, stuff like that. And the prices that he was running into was just outrageous. So this subscriber said, I saw your video on the price of propane and my mouth dropped. You can let people know that Target has them for a good price. It shows out of stock. They can check back a week later and they usually have them. This is where I stock up on mine. People should definitely get it while they can. This is only one at Target store near me. Let's see if they have them. Okay, so the 2-pack of the Coleman propane tanks at Target are $10. Now the Walmart that our other subscriber showed them, I think they were like $60 for the 4-pack. I mean, it was just out of this world with prices. So here, so you guys can see, okay? You guys need to stop, okay? So this picture was made for me by a subscriber. She said I couldn't resist, apparently. So it's data, okay? with ice cream and money, saying, listen, Joe, that'll be 2 trillion. Sorry, pal, you don't have enough. Stop. And these pictures came out of Walmart in Central Texas. Okay. The poultry, gone. Pork, okay. Pasta, looks like they're just packing it full of Velveeta macaroni and cheese. Barely any like regular pasta, I will say that. Okay, beef, scarcity. Pork, scarcity. Okay, here's the pasta aisle. Scarcity. Look at these. Okay, so there's going to be links, okay, for FDIC when a bank fails, okay. And then also one for Pillsbury shortages, 5 grocery shortages that are outraging customers. All right, so you'll have that. Then this email was sent to me. She said, I thought I would share my plan to get rid of open items in the freezer and empty a shelf while not opening any unopened item and without going to the store. I try to do this at least once every couple months, and it has always worked great for us. Trying to make room in the freezer, it's use all of the leftovers week. Starting today, we had some frozen biscuits and leftover chicken pot pie innards. Made a nice lunch, had some hamburger meat that we were using with shredded potatoes, and using up the broth in the fridge to make gravy for dinner tonight. Tomorrow morning is a few more frozen biscuits with warmed up frozen fruit poured over. That sounds good. Tomorrow's dinner is roasting open, frozen, and fresh veggies, serving them with leftover brisket. That's 7 items out of the freezer. And Monday is using leftovers from this weekend's leftover use and turning it into soup. I like that idea. Hoping to can up some salmon and whitefish and tilapia on Monday. Hoping to can chicken soup on Tuesday for Mama, and using stock I have in the freezer. I'm so excited, as that should total another 7 items from the freezer. And there is a small roast for Tuesday that I'm going to cook in a crock pot from frozen chili verde sauce from freezer. Oh yeah, another 2, that's 16 items from the freezer. We'll eat on this for a few days, probably Wednesday and Thursday. If we use the first night over rice, the second night filling tacos, and the third as topping for nachos. For the nachos, I'm going to fry up some corn tortillas. Lunches will be baked potatoes and sweet potatoes. And Friday will be veggie pizza and or baked taquitos. We are at 18 items from the freezer, and all foods are already used, open, or pre-cooked. Breakfasts are hot or cold cereal or fruit over biscuits, homemade yogurt. Ooh, homemade yogurt. I've always wanted to try homemade yogurt, or even just try and make it on my own, you know, or cottage cheese. Not one item opened or to be bought for this week's meals. So excited to get a shelf empty in the freezer. Have a great day. And yes, I can figure out what to do with this. She's so funny. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. I love that. I love your ideas. I really do. So, this was sent to me, and this is a really great idea, and I found the link. So the link's going to be in the description box below. If any of you guys want to buy these for your non-perishables like pasta, rice, beans, okay? Now, it's called VITTLES Vault, okay? And it holds 15 pounds. Now, you can buy the bigger ones, okay? But, I mean, if you wanted to buy the smaller ones, which is 15 pounds, okay, it comes with a gamma lid, okay. Now these Vittle Vaults, they're like for cat food, dog food, whatever, but you don't have to generally use them for cat food or dog food. You can use them for your rice, for your beans, for your pastas, oatmeal, okay, potato flakes, whatever. And it comes with the gamma lid. They're $17.95. Okay, and I have the link. So the link will be in the description box below. So take a look at what it is, okay? And yeah, I think this is a really great thing to add to our preps for food preservation. So here you go. Okay, so this email comes from my favorite gal pal in the UK. She said, I came across this article yesterday, and this is the one I wanted to tell you about. She said, apparently, scientists in the Wuhan have warned of a deadlier Rona found in bats from South Africa. Now, wasn't the original Rona said to be from bats because people in China were eating soup with bats in it or something crazy like that? That was such a conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? I hate conspiracy theories. I really do. They say the virus is one mutation away from infecting humans with a mortality rate of around 33%. So 1 in 3 would pass. And this evening, there are now more news reports on this over YouTube, but here's a link from an Indian news channel called WION, which gives a better report than the others I've seen. Okay, so that link will be in the description box below, okay? And then she said, and the question is, will this one be the next outbreak? Well, when I was speaking to my father the other day, because I talked to him on my birthday, and he said, you know, he said, Gyps, he said, apparently, according to my doctor, he said there's going to be another, within like the next month. And I'm like, oh, Daddy, come on, you know. I said, none of us can take any more of this. And he goes, no, no, no. He said, listen, he said, it's no joke. Okay, so, and then this comes out. Okay, this is what she's telling me. So, I mean, should we listen? Yeah. All right, so just listen, we're all of the prepared mind, right? So are we prepared for this? We try to be. But like I've said in the past, there's some things that you can prepare for, and then there's some things that you can't be prepared for. So just be prepared as much as you possibly can, you know? So then she goes on to say, in the next outbreak of a more deadly Rona, or is there something else on the horizon? Who knows? The mutation to humans hasn't happened with this one yet, so there's no need to panic, but it's still worth keeping the info in the back of your head for future reference. Well, absolutely. Absolutely. She said, I also came across this article tonight as well, published in the UK's Telegraph newspaper with the heading, Government Nudge Isn't Used Grossly Unethical Tactics to Scare Public into Rona Compliance. What a joke. So really, she said, you don't say, no one would have ever guessed that our government was doing to us, you plebe brains. I love the way she puts things. It goes on to say that the MPs launched investigation after psychologists criticized totalitarian tactics of deploying fear, shame, and scapegoating during the pandemic. And this investigation is into the scare adverts that were used on billboards and on the TVs. And it's taken almost 2 years for these arseholes, she says, to start complaining about this. And they should have been complaining and making their mouths go at the same time it was happening, not 2 years later, for God's sakes. And a lot of psychological damage has been to people, not to mention young children. And it's now going to take a very long time for mental health services to try and help people with their irrational fears and the problems they've now developed as a result of all the brainwashing, the propaganda, and the hysterical bollocks and bullshit. Yeah, I agree with her 100%. And she said, you know, good luck with trying to sort this one out, because very soon the UK will be having a mental health crisis among the population on top of everything else that's going on. And then she said, quite frankly, this article is a waste of time and more theatrics to distract people. Well, like I've said, shiny object. You know, our shiny object over here is potato. And what's their shiny object in the UK? Okay. So like anything will actually get done about what they did and the government made to be accountable. Yeah, right. Dream on. So those are my thoughts, my 2 nuggets of info. Well, thank you. You know, so those links will be in the description box below. Okay. So it's just getting crazy. It really is. So this subscriber sent in some video clippets of her her pantry. Okay, so I'm going to put those in for you. And she did an amazing job with her pantry. I love it. So here you go. And then when this was sent to me, and I'm like, is this a joke? So John over at Prepper Nation, he was sent this, and then it was sent to me, and it says, we would like to remind you that food is running, and I'm guessing it says running out, because look at what they're doing to spam in the supermarkets. Look. And then this picture was sent in, I think this is Publix. Yeah, it is. Of the cat food aisle. I don't think there's ever going to be a full stock in any cat food or dog food aisle ever again. Look. Okay, so this email was sent to me. She said, here's a little story that's worthwhile and relevant and has a happy ending. I love happy endings. She said it's relevant to our community because we are all dealing with out-of-date food being sold at our grocery stores. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. As it also touches on the fact that preppers are not hoarders. Thank you. Thank you. She said, I had a box of expired pancake mix, which I only discovered after I went to use it for the first time. Only had it about a week, so it was like that when I bought it. I decided to make the best of it. Threw in some blueberries that I had bought on sale and put up in the freezer. One container was starting to get a little frostbite, so I used those in the pancakes, and they were fabulous. I used up some older stuff that needed to be rotated out, and it was a win-win. Well, that's awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Making lemonade out of lemons is what I always say. That's what I always say. So then this email was sent to me by our very own Lacey. And I hope you guys have gone and checked out her channel. Love Lacey. Love her to death. And also Jen's New York Homestead. I love her channel. I love her videos. Anyway, so she sent me this and she said, here's a link to an article about Walmart adding a vertical farming product. Okay. She said, at first I thought, well, that's neat. But then I started wondering why they would announce and push this new product. Of all the new products they add to the store all the time, why this one? Especially with the ongoing shortages in the produce section and the product and the quality going downhill. Do you think they could be pushing this as inflation continues to rise and supply chain issues compound? Reminds me of the freedom gardens they use to encourage people to have. Perhaps they are trying to warn us to start growing our own food. It's just something to think about. Yeah. Lace. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're dead on balls accurate with that. I really do. So, wow. Yeah. Huh. Huh. I think yeah. I like that. I like where you're going with that. I really do. So, before I go, okay, here, oh, well, I like what you did here. Here's 3 pictures that I'm going to put in. She said, new way to store things, okay. I like what you did with your HBA, okay. Like the socks, too. She took a filing cabinet, and this is what she did. All right, guys, that's all for this video. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.